Welcome to Chump Change, everybody, the post show where we talk about the truth hidden behind the lies. And I'm once again joined by the cast of the episode being Maggie, Sam, Ben, and Chad. Welcome back, all. Now, normally, what we would do is we'd start this post show and immediately jump into the stories that we didn't get to hear in the show, the banana suits, the saving the dog, things like that. But another matter came up at the end of the episode, in which the question was raised with Chad almost losing an eye. Who was at fault for that? Was it Chad who was, according to Sam, just being an asshole and like trying to get the scare in there, right? Which I understand that stance. Or is it Sam?
Why scare somebody?
Right. Why scare somebody? You're right. You are right about that. Or Sam's, whose response to why scare somebody is, I'll take a knife out. So let's see what.
To be fair, I don't think Chad's ever tried to scare me again. So
that's a good point. I have not.
It worked.
Pretty fucking effective, if you ask me.
You know, this guy stole my lunch money, and I shot him. He's never tried to steal it again. Let's. What did the audience think? Do we have a graphic, or are you just going to tell us, Christian? We've got a graphic right over their faces.
Wait. They think
Sam's fault.
Bullshit.
Is that how it was worded? Whose fault is? Who's at fault? That's how it was worded, right? All right, 59% went for Sam. Sam,
vindicated.
The audience vindicated. You shouldn't have done it with the knife, though.
I'd fucking do it again. I'm not gonna.
You son of a bitch, dude. Oh, no. That moment. You guys remember, like, you know, when you're like kids and teens and whatever, and like you have that moment where like something really bad happens, and it's that moment of like internal fear of like, oh, we fucked up and we can't take this back.
Oh yeah.
Like when I jumped and it got me, like I went down and I grabbed my eye, and like both Sam and I both had the same pose. We're just like, oh fuck, and then I'm just like, I can see I'm okay, and he's like, oh, and then he just like, why would you try and scare me? I was like, why would you pull a fucking knife out and aim it at me? Like,
immediately into why.
I mean, I think it's questionable whether you would have lost the eye though, based on placement. Because
that's the thing. It's like,
well, if it was just 1 centimeter up,
it straight up cut me on my eyelid. Like it was in between. Like I had this little tiny gash, and like seriously, if I hadn't had reacted that quick and pulled back, like, or if it was higher, like there's like so many factors that I still think about to this day. Like I could have just like jumped and got a knife straight into my eye.
And sorry, I also got distracted by a little tiny gash, but that was probably just me.
Maggie.
It makes me wonder.
Oh, it would have bled so much more, clearly.
God damn. I don't know how durable an eye is. I don't know, like, at what point is an eye not savable? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah. And that ain't a question for us. It's a question for an eye scientist. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so it's time to hear some of these stories that we didn't get to hear. Let's start off with Chad. Let's start off with Chad saving the dog's life. Now,
right,
what did you
Maggie.
specifically do? Okay. What did you do to save the dog's life?
Not super traumatic. So my parents were out of town, and they asked April and I to, you know, come in and check out the dogs and feed them and let them out and, you know, take care of them while they're gone. So there was a night that we had tickets to a Bad Religion concert, which Bad Religion at this time like almost never came through Texas because they'd been kicked out in the past, and they're like my favorite band of all time. So like we're stoked, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go check on the dogs, get them all taken care of before we go to the concert. Well, we get to my parents' house, and one of their Goldens is he's just not doing good. Like he just is kind of like lethargic, and he's walking weird, and every time he would drink water, he would then go immediately throw up. And I was just like, what's going on with the dog? And like, I was like, does he have like a stomach bug? And then I found out, because I go into the garage, he had eaten a rug, and the rug had elastic bands like running through it. And so like, I was like, shit, I was like, we should keep an eye on him. And it's just really bad. He just isn't feeling good, and he can't keep anything down. The second he would eat or drink, just immediately he'd go throw up. And I was like, was like, babe, we can't go to the concert. We need to go take the dog to the vet. And so we had to give our tickets away to some friends. And I was just like, guys, I got to go take care of this dog. Like, come get free tickets. Just take them so that somebody gets to go see this band. Yeah, we took him in, and the doctor basically, what had happened was this elastic band that he had ingested was like pulling his intestines together and his stomach. And it was really bad. And the doctor basically was like, oh yeah, he would have died if he didn't have surgery. And so I'm like trying to like navigate like with the doctor and be there for the dog and call my parents and like work through it all. Yep. My dad calls him the $1 million dog because he paid for that surgery. And then like, I don't know, like a year later, he ate a fucking can, like a soda can.
Nice.
And then also had to get surgery for that. Yeah, so there was a lot of money invested into keeping this dog alive. But yeah, had we not like like canceled the concert and everything and like not gotten the dog into the vet, like he would have died. So we saved him.
Hero.
You would have been a terrible person if you hadn't done that, though.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it is a juxtaposition. But the thing is, the right path was taken.
But
it's also like, yeah, I mean, you can see, like, yeah, right. But it's, I mean, you can see like, like sometimes a dog just eats something weird and like they throw up, like, and they're just like, oh, like maybe they got like a stomach bug or something.
Someone could just go, the dog will be fine. It'll pass.
Yeah, like maybe, we'll see. Maybe it'll be like,
don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, you can see the scenario. So I'm just like, well, we'll wait until tomorrow and see how the dog's feeling.
Watch
but,
pets.
Yeah.
If your pets aren't eating, or if their food's coming up, they're not eating, drinking, take them to a vet. It's important.
Especially with water,
Yeah.
They can't even take down water. That's real bad.
Yep.
They need something.
Absolutely.
And yeah,
You're a hero.
You're a hero, Chad.
And it wasn't super traumatic. So
there you go. Yeah, it was no awful wounds or anything. Maggie was just like, I don't want to hear. Ben goes, I have a picture of the dog. It's not wounded.
I mean, I had a whole story about a nail and everything, but whatever.
There we go. We're good. Yeah.
Oh,
Maggie,
no.
That's
all it took.
Now our
imagination's going with it.
Right, that's almost
Son of a
worse.
bitch,
You're
Ben.
just like free range. Where was the nail? Where the Ben, you ran through a tourist destination dressed as a banana. What happened? Where was it? Why'd you do it?
Well, clearly just as heroic as Chad's story. Was the San Antonio Riverwalk. This was like middle of high school, 2007 maybe. And for some reason, so we were in San Antonio for some class related thing for our like broadcast team, and we were like in a competition or whatever. For some reason, my friend brought a gorilla suit and a banana suit. It was just in the car when we were driving up to the bus. He was like, do we want to bring these? And I was like, let's do it. It'll be funny. And then we just walked around dressed as a banana with sunglasses being chased by a gorilla. That's it. That's the entire story.
Nice.
You just for fun? You weren't even filming anything?
No.
Okay. Sure.
I need a
That's the whole story.
Like, what's amazing to me about this is what Chad said. No, it's not filmed. It's just we had a banana suit, we had a gorilla suit, we put the suits on, we went out.
That's what does.
We would later use it for some stuff on camera, but at the time we were just like, it'll be funny.
The other thing is, if I were to say that Ben is the first person who came on Chump and said, I was in a gorilla suit at whatever location because I wanted to be, that'd be a lie. He's not the first person who said. Larry has a gorilla suit that he used to just wear to carnivals. He would just go to carnivals as a gorilla. And I don't know where people are getting gorilla suits and banana suits. Like, yeah, where, like you said, your friend
they come free with 5 souls on eBay.
You were like, oh, they were in the car.
Yeah, I have no idea where he got them.
Right, because let me tell you something. They were not just in the car. The suits came from somewhere. Like a gorilla suit and a banana suit don't just arrive in a vehicle. They
they're
somehow
typically
wound
You don't
up.
buy it with a new Mazda or something.
Oh, these were
Right.
very
Yeah.
cheap suits. These were very cheap looking suits. It was not a good looking gorilla suit, and it was just like one piece felt like banana kind of thing. It was not like legs or arms or face. It was just a banana that you put on and zipped up. It was
not
really
legs,
shitty.
arm, or
looking.
face as a banana would have. It's like, I'm assuming it's just
Yeah.
a banana.
What, you don't like anthropomorphic bananas?
Yeah. And Sam, like you said, everything happens at 15. So you said, if I remember correctly, because it was at the beginning of the show, but so your friend still has this helmet, still owns it.
Yeah.
You and
Well, I
like
assume. Like, I mean, I saw it at his house like 2 years ago. I mean, he I guess maybe threw it out, but yeah. Last time I checked,
was it what you
Chance-
said you
Chance
saw it
probably
was
still
on
has it.
display?
Yeah. It was like
Really?
in his like, little office. It was just like in the corner in the office. Yeah.
Like a trophy.
How
Was it
did you
someone
get
you? Yeah, like was it someone you knew that you stole it from?
No, it was so we were at this concert, right? And it was this. There's this. It's a Halloween. It was like on Halloween, so obviously people are in costumes and shit. And there's a fucking
Mhm.
spaceman there, and he's got like it's got the helmet and everything, and it's like not the cheapest costume, but it's still like cheap plastic, right? But and like I can't remember, like pretty early. It was like before the opener started, and it was like a pretty big show. Like the band was for the time definitely pretty popular. And
It was like Akon.
no, this was just a show. It was the band was Justice. They're a French electronic group.
Oh
Dope
yeah,
shit, right?
everyone knows Justice. Come on.
Yeah. So we were seeing. It was like normally I wasn't big on it, but it's like, hey, it's Halloween. It's fucking Justice, which is hella dope, and you have a DD, so you can just get shithouse and like listen to some weird French techno. Let's go for it,
At
right?
15.
Oh no, I was drinking. This one I was not that young.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
We're good. All right.
So we just had this like situation where like all of us got together like in the like early in the night, and it was just like because we'd gone to the bar, so it's like, did you see this fucking asshole astronaut? Because he was just being a dick. Like if you asked this guy what he was into, he'd be like Entourage and like crushing beers with the bros or some shit. Like he was a fucking asshole, right? And he just like kept like
Okay.
like he would like he was definitely high on something, and he would just like run up to strangers and like yell in their face and shit, and like he was like
Oh, fuck
overly
that,
hyped
no.
and shitty, and like he was like that like concert douchebag guy that was on Too Many Drugs.
And we know how
like,
Sam feels about scaring. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Right.
or yell. You don't yell. Nobody's ever needed to yell before. So
What are you talking
eventually,
about?
Blanket statement.
So eventually, like he's in like he's like pushed his way to the front when Justice actually playing, and like our friend Chance is very tall, and he's like, yo, I can see Spaceman over there, and he's put the helmet below himself, like under, like between his legs. I'm gonna take the space helmet. You just pass by after I grab it. I'll pass it to you. Keep it low, and then throw it to our friend Phil in the back. And I was like, dope. And so we did the plan. Fucking jack this boy's helmet, and then listened to a couple more songs and left. Still got the helmet. Fuck that guy.
What if he was sick? And this was like pre-mask mandate stuff. So like, what if he was sick and like had to use it to protect himself?
He had taken
Well,
the
he put
helmet
it
off and, like, screaming
So
at
that
people.
ship had sailed.
You know, yeah, that ship had mad sailed.
I thought you were gonna be like, for your safety. What if this was a sick man? Nope, but for him. What if this was not,
Yeah.
like he's Bane? He needs this thing. He
No.
needs it to survive.
He's got a breathing tube in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's carrying around this little oxygen thing on wheels, and we were like, that's just way too far for the bit, so we stole it. Ripped the
Yeah.
things right out of his nose.
That was an asshole. What do you want?
Yeah, dude. Sam, I just so like understand that. You know, of like, why did you do this? You know, what do you want? Like, and Sam
Yeah.
still has that mentality, which I love. Of like when he tells the stories, you can tell there is no regret. There's just like it happened, and
Fuck no.
oh well,
And I do it
you know,
again.
and life continues.
Just like with the knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Sam saying
And
I would do it
Nothing
again.
happened, so of course I would do it again. You were fine.
There you go.
So, yeah, sure.
Imagine
And
that.
I've yet to
Imagine
be
if I had
scared,
lost that
so.
eye. And we spent all this time, and I had one eye.
Well, exactly.
Because of your
Then I would
bullshit.
probably
What's wrong with
then I
having
would
one
probably
eye?
regret it. Yeah, I know.
Like, But
I
you
feel
can
like,
live a-
especially on
Leela
on
seemed
YouTube
fine.
and shit, like being the guy with an eye patch would have been a boon. I bet it would have helped your career,
Yeah.
if anything.
It
I
really
mean,
would have.
Not for skating. It's all about
Really
depth
cool.
perception. I would have been screwed.
true.
Are you saying there are no one-eyed skaters? Like, that's bullshit.
It's
That's
gotta be,
ableist,
yeah.
Chad.
I'll have to
Come
do
on.
my research.
Oh God,
here.
don't
Yeah,
start
no,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, nope.
Uh-oh.
Right,
Uh-oh.
I am not saying that at all. Uh,
I don't know, Chad.
We can
and I,
get
you know
that.
what? I
I'm
love
sorry.
skating so much. I would have persevered. All right, I would have.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would have been a lot harder, and I would have been mad at Sam about it.
Correct.
That's fair.
As you probably
Yeah, we
rightfully
should've
should have
tried to
been, according to the audience poll. And
Damn right.
yes, I think we have our great titles here. We have our I'm not an eye scientist for the main show. I think for this, I've fallen in love with "There's no reason to yell ever." I think it's a great statement from Sam.
It's true.
So
He hates loud noises. He's a human
Oh,
cat,
man.
like I said before.
but I want
I've,
you.
I've
once
never
again-
yelled. I don't know how to. I don't see the point.
That's
in it.
not true.
I've literally, all my
I've
whole
seen
life.
you
Yeah,
yell.
no. When have I yelled?
I've seen it.
Have you?
I don't know.
Mac,
Probably.
Just
All
think
right.
I'm gonna
Only in
never yell?
gameplay. Only in
all right,
gameplay.
audience. We're looking for
Yeah,
clips.
maybe.
If you want to use the hashtag on Twitter, no reason to yell, with clips of Sam yelling, if you can find them, please do so. We're looking
will.
forward to seeing your clips. But once again, I want to thank Maggie. I want to thank Sam. I want to thank Ben. I want to thank Chad for showing up for this episode of Chump Change. And to you,
Anytime.
the first members watching this, thank you so much for being first members and continuing to support our company and making sure that we can keep making content like this. And of course, we will see you next week for another episode of Jump, 4 p.m. Central Time on RTTV with a whole new cast of characters. And with that, have yourselves a good night and a good week, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks,
Goodbye,
Jamie.
everybody.
Bye.